Good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. I'm your host, Ghostface, and this is my co-host, the Freddy to my Jason, Uncle BJ. How we doing?
Yo, Brad, what's happening, baby?
Ooh, it's a spooky Halloween.
I know it, man. The cheech to my chong. What's happening, bro?
Oh,
Sorry, I
not a
just spent
whole
like a
lot,
good
man. We're
hour
just
of
gonna
my life trying to get my computer to work. So I got nothing. I got nothing snazzy
We need
to
to
say
ask.
right now other than I need a new computer.
We gotta get old.
Which
We gotta
is
get.
the which
Yeah, we gotta get the Best Buy man to come by and drop off a present of new laptop or something, new internet,
is the
whatever,
button
whatever.
to push for OnlyFans for
Yeah,
donations for
I know,
BJ's
right?
computer.
Please donate to
Not 100 years old.
BJ's 2020 and after computer sales, please.
Yeah.
But,
Sucks.
all right, man. Well, old computers aside,
AOL
let's.
on a little disc.
Well, hey, I mean, as long as it's like what they get to like 5.0 or I remember when like 4.0 and all that. Oh, it's crazy. But at least we don't have to like get off the phone to get online.
Mom, get off the phone! I need to use the internet.
Or you'd be on the phone like talking to your chick and then ring. You're like, what the hell? And then your mom's like, I've got to get on and check my email. No. I gotta check my funny messages from Grandma. Some of those things were terrible, but all right. Well, let's get into a little bit of toy news. I mean, not a ton, but a pretty good amount. We had Hasbro did their 1027 event, and we got a little bit of pre-orders dropping from that. From G.I. Joe, we got Mutt and Junkyard, along with Metalhead on the Classified series. Anything, your thoughts on those guys as the resident G.I. Joe man?
Mutt and Junkyard are a must-have. I mean, they look great. I don't know that they need to cost that much, but they look awesome, and I need them. Metalhead, he's okay, but I mean, he was never like in the original comics or anything, so I don't have like a huge. Or actually, he was, but you know what I mean. Like I don't remember him that well. He was mostly in like the Deke cartoon, which he was kind of an idiot. He would just be like he was like Warpath from the Transformers. He'd be like bang zoom, wowie zowie. Kind of weird.
One of those. Okay.
Anyway, I'm sure it's a cool figure. It's just like
so. Mutt and Junkyard definitely. Yeah, not a Mutt. Long game clearance, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Transformers, few studio series. We had like Concept Megatron, Concept Rumble, and a few other tidbits out there. So if you're into those, they are out there. And then it was Star Wars' time with the pre-orders going up for a surprise drop of a Mace Windu Black Series with one of his Purple Trooper guys. With actually a reasonable price point. We were kind of surprised about it being, I think, $45. So
yeah, I mean,
kind of surprising. No, I mean that's kind of what I would expect from a 2-pack, not the $55, $60 price point where they randomly throw an extra $15 in there for no reason. So,
right.
Yeah, hopefully that's a trend. I don't see it being a trend, but all the same, a pretty good price for that. Also went up for pre-order Young Episode 1 Anakin Skywalker with backpack, and that's it. So thanks a lot for that. Definitely should
A
have
lot of
been
empty
some form of
space
a
in
two
there,
pack,
Hasbro.
or yeah,
Could have had a
should have been
Yoda.
yeah,
Could have had a what was
Yoda,
his buddy
Yaddle,
on Tatooine? Um, what was his friend?
Kitster.
Kitster. Yeah.
Was it, yeah, I mean,
Greedo.
at the very least, you could have had interchangeable, like a different head or something that you could have put the helmet on. Whatever. I don't know, for his pod racing get
Right.
up, but I'm sure they'll use that, and we'll all buy this one, and in a year they'll have one that's more deluxe and have all sorts of cool stuff. But that's coming, as well as Padme from Episode One, and they're kind of like
Oh yeah.
taking back the Theed Castle get up. So you've got that going for you. Let's see. You can also get the repainted to death Black Series helmet, X-wing helmet, Carson Tiva helmet, coming to a Ollie's near you in about a year and a half. It will. I can't imagine this sells at all. I get what they're doing. It's an
I don't
easy
know.
repaint, but nah, I can't. I can't see it. I mean, at this point, we've got
Yeah,
one,
I don't
two,
know.
three, four. I think this will be the fifth. This will be the fifth X-wing helmet that's just
It
repainted. So I
kills
mean,
me that
that
there's a Biggs helmet
that's a hard
that's like a
ask.
Disney park exclusive, but yet here's all these new random helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's in the show. People want it. I don't know. I don't.
Easy repaint, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you drop it down because it's a repaint, maybe if you drop it down $20, but whatever. Can't say that's something I'll be jumping in on, but oh well. All right, now we got some vintage collection pipeline reveals. Let's see, we've got Captain Enoch and Night Troopers. 3-pack, 4-pack, probably 4-pack, I would assume. They've been doing a lot of those 4-packs lately, so I'm gonna go on a limb and
That'd be
say
cool.
4-pack, and that'll be an instant buy when that comes on live. We've got Ezra live action. We've got a Kanan and a Zeb animated coming to the vintage collection on a vintage card, obviously. Then we got Black Series Phase 2 Clone Trooper and Battle Droid 2-pack. We also finally get a Darth Sidious from Episode 3. And then one that I'm super stoked about. This is a very good 4-pack. We've got Jara Sabayoth. We got Luke. We got Mara Jade. And we have Luke again as clone Luke as a 4-pack
There's Luke.
from the Heir to the Empire, all that good stuff trilogy. So definitely a cool Legends 4-pack. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a major hit. I think it's probably an online exclusive, but definitely going to be one. It's a day one buy for me.
Oh yeah, same here. They haven't even really showed a real picture of it yet, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want that.
Yeah, it's just like a clip art thing from it could have been 20 years old, 30 years old, but whatever it is, it's an easy
It's like
buy
to
that's
pick out a
happening.
comic
Just
book.
to get a Sabayoth is freaking cool. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
I never
They
thought
never
we'd
made
get
a figure of him
one of those
in any.
figures, any form.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then one that I will let you talk about is the just announced and just funded already HasLab Ghostbusters. So, what's your thoughts on this? What's it all got? I know you backed the last one. I'm sure you're gonna back this bad boy. So, what are you gonna be getting in the mail in about a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah. So first off, the HasLab stuff kind of leaves me scratching my head sometimes, like the stuff um, they choose to do. But whatever. But Ghostbusters, I mean, anything you can give us that's like Ghostbusters gear, please. I mean, I've talked about before, like how expensive it is to make these things in the fan prop community, and if
Mm-hmm.
they just make it and mass produce it with all the bells and whistles, and with minimal effort to make it look any better, if at all, then it's great. I'm all about it. It's going to come with a ghost trap that does all kinds of stuff. I don't know if smoke comes out of it, but maybe it does. Definitely lights and sounds and everything. It goes on. It has the little pedal, that you step on to open it, close it. It's really cool. The PKE meter looks just like the one in the movie. It even has the little taser thing on the end. You can do that. It's just really cool. And then some of the unlocks, I'm like, whatever, I don't care. But some are going to be holsters for the trap and the PKE meter, which that alone is like $150 value probably. So that you're getting that basically for free. Because the trap, making a trap like that to do all that good stuff, man, that's already hundreds of dollars. So it's like you're getting a trap plus a free pedal and a free everything else that comes with. So yeah, it's a good deal.
Cool display stands.
I'm all in. Yep.
Yeah, I probably won't be because I didn't get the pack, so it's like, what's the point? But man, that's a tempting one. It's super, super rad. The PK meter alone, just how that. It's one of them like last second, and it's just one of those last second, and I was like, I mean, I tell you what, if it ever comes up at a show or something, because it was what, 500?
3,
I think, for it. The pack was
the
300?
pack, yeah. No. Yeah, the pack was 400, I want to say. But then you got to still get the wand, which was like 100, 150. So
that's what I was, right? Okay.
Yeah. So maybe 550 tops.
Yeah, if we're ever at a show and the pack is like 500, maybe like 50, 60, 70 above retail, assuming where I'm at, at the time, I may jump into that because that is the one HasLab I do regret not jumping in on, but you can't get everything every time, unfortunately.
Right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to fiddle farting with yours. But before we fiddle fart anymore, let's go ahead and take a quick break.
All right.
Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
He's not quite here, but he will be here in 55 sleeps. We are down to almost below 50. Next week, when we record, we'll be below 50. So pretty awesome there. He's on his way. Start getting your Black Friday shoes on. Get those all buttoned up, even though Black Friday is kind of like a 3-week thing at this point. They kind of start like the first week of November, so that'll be something to take in there. But deals to be had, I'm sure, on Amazon, Ringside, Dorkside, Big Bad, Entertainment Earth, or Dorkside's the one that closed, right? So Entertainment Earth, yeah.
Yeah, don't mention their.
That's the one that robbed you. That's the one that robbed you.
That's the one that ripped me up. Yeah, that's the one that robbed me $200, bastards.
I look forward to that class action lawsuit one day when somebody finds a way to sue the heck out of all of them. But anyhow, all right. Let's jump in to the question of the week. All right, I've got mine ready to go. I know you have yours not ready to go, so I'll give you this time to think about it while I ask yours. Pretty simple. Shouldn't be too much of a deep dive. I have a feeling you're going to have a better answer on this than I do. But just how about throw out for the millions and millions of fans your just some Halloween memories. Your costume that you remember. A particular night of trick-or-treating that was just like, man, I just killed it that night. Or, like I said, just a super rad costume that you were like, heck yes.
I've always dressed up for Halloween, but I mean, man, looking back, I'm like, I don't remember a lot. You know, when I was a kid, I think like my coolest one I had was like Freddy Krueger because I'd found like a crappy mask and I kind of roughed it up and made it dirtier, and I found a sweater and a hat, and I had the claw glove that I bought from Lionel Playworld. Yes, it existed.
It does
And
exist.
yeah, that was cool. Just walk around being Fred. One year I was Sergeant Slaughter that I told him about. He thought it
Ooh,
was
that's
funny.
cool.
Yeah, and I remember, I'm like a little kid. I'm like, yeah, I'm Sergeant Slaughter. Rah, maggot, rah. You're trying to talk like him, and
Give me your candy.
going up I remember going up to like this old lady's house, and she's like, who are you supposed to be? And I'm like, is it not blatantly obvious? It probably says it on my little plastic freaking costume here. And I was
Knapsack.
like, I'm Sergeant Slaughter. And she's like, what? Sergeant Potter? And I'm like, Slaughter! Okay, Sergeant Potter. I'm like, it's Slaughter, you dumb broad. I'm about to break your neck. Like, it's a Pentor.
You maggot.
Yeah, frickin' loser. No, yeah, that was funny, but I mean, costumes on Halloween. I start. I'm in the 501st Legion, obviously, which have millions of and billions and trillions of costumes and memories and good stuff from. But that kind of started as a Halloween costume. I had a biker scout back in 2007. I want to say is when I got it.
Oh wow.
And everybody thought it was so cool, and they're like, "Oh, that's really cool. We should improve that and make it look better." And yeah, that's what I looked like, right there, literally, same naked color and everything.
No boy.
For anybody not seeing us, Brad just held up a muscle man of Sergeant Slaughter. I think that's what it was. Anyway, it looked weird.
Yeah.
Kind of did look like me. Not gonna lie.
Little handsome short devil.
Yeah. So that's my Halloween.
That's your Halloween. I guess I'm kind of like you. I really don't have many memories of like actually trick or treating. Like the process of it. I don't know why. Just none of that really sticks out. And most of the stuff, I really only have like one costume memory that I can't that I can just relate to by itself without like seeing a picture and being like, oh, okay, that's what that was. And that was the Penguin from Batman Returns. And for whatever reason, my mom and my grandma were like hardcore on like, you're not doing masks, like you're doing face paint. So like they did me with the fake nose and all that, and shoved like couch pillows in there, like so I could have a big fat belly, which now I don't even need the pillows. But
I wasn't gonna say anything.
and doing that and being like, so I do remember like actually getting dressed up in that. But then other ones I don't remember. I was Michelangelo, but they did straight green face paint and did like the little bandana, and and at that point in my life, I looked like the I like turtles kid, because I'm just like staring at in the picture, and I'm like, nah. So I remember that one, and then one I was just hardcore like classical vampire, like had the teeth, the super gray with like the black highlights on my eyes and on my like cheeks and stuff, and like the cape and medallion. And I remember that, but like other than that, like I said, as far as actually trick or treating, I have no memories of actually trick or treating, which is weird. You would think like getting the candy would be the memories, but I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing trick or treating with like some of my friends and stuff, but I think what I remember most is like coming home and just being like pulling costume parts off, being exhausted, and then sitting down to watch a horror movie and eating candy. And when you're a kid, that feels like you probably the whole night was like 10 hours long, but in reality, it was you probably trick or treated for like an hour and
2 or 3 blocks.
came
Yeah.
home and, right. But it was always exciting for me to do that kind of stuff when I was a kid. Um,
Here's a bonus Halloween question for you. Were
okay.
you a pillowcase man or a bag man?
Um, I always
Mm,
feel like I had like a little pumpkin or something, with like a little handle on it,
yeah.
or like
So
like a
that was
little
all pillowcase, bro. All
skeleton head.
pillowcase. Wrap it up, throw it over your shoulder, move on. Put so
Well,
much
there's
in
no way I
there,
was getting
you
that
just
much
carry it over.
candy, so
Oh yeah, man! I threw that bad boy,
yeah.
whoop, over the shoulder, and off we went. That was definitely.
It was
I can't remember ever
little.
not having a pillowcase as my thing. But all right, well, that's my question of the week. Uncle BJ, trying to put you on the spot for your question of the week.
Um, so we just talked about trick or treating. Um, what else do you remember about Halloween? Do you remember any specific horror movie that you watched on TV that you thought was cool on Halloween, or like anything that you have to watch every year is like a tradition?
Hmm. I don't really have a horror movie that I like, have to watch every year. Um, and I don't even know if this was really Halloween time or not, but I do remember, which it probably was, but I remember watching Child's Play 2 and not comprehending that it was a horror movie. Um, like especially mainly due because I'm sure I'm a kid, so I'm probably not really paying attention. But but like I vividly remember like zoning in at the end when they're basically in the toy factory and being like, "Oh man, they're in a toy factory. Look how cool this is. The boxes and the machines making all the toys," and being like, "Yeah, this is awesome." And then my mom being like, "You can't watch this," when like the eyeball when Chucky gets stabbed in the eyeballs and all the craziness. So that was always a funny thing. Like I remember it was always on USA Network. They would always have like a Child's Play marathon during the that stuff, and then really like I mean it really wasn't like a major I'm not a major like scary movie head, but like probably like Halloween H2O was probably one of my first horror movies that I ever watched. So
Oh, okay.
not exactly the cream of the crop for horror movies, but they have those '90s horror movies have their niche. Obviously, Scream. I mean, that's got to be if I have one, it's got to be Scream because that's just I still think those are. I don't think they've had a bad Scream movie, and that's pretty impressive for a horror franchise.
Okay. Um,
All
I
right. Well,
think for me, as it goes,
what's your
yeah, I think horror movie wise, it would have to be um, um, Friday the 13th. It just seemed like that was on Halloween one year, and we just, me and like my mom watched it, and that was like, oh, cool, that's on.
that's what stuck.
Yep. But as far as kind of tradition, what I watch, honestly, every year since I can remember, I watched. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and then
Oh, okay.
immediately after it, it's the Garfield one, which I think it was just Garfield Halloween. I don't remember what it's called exactly. But,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Garfield. That's a
I mean,
great show.
both of them together are probably like 40 minutes together. They're both short.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nice. Okay.
So, yeah,
Little
that's what I
outside the
like there.
box, but also awesome. You can't go wrong with either one of those. The Great
Yeah.
Pumpkin and all that stuff. Definitely awesome.
I mean, obviously, I like a
All
lot of
right.
horror movies, but it doesn't have to be super scary all the time. Just Halloween related stuff is
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. That's for sure. And that's I don't know. Maybe that's the thing with horror movies is they're not really like horror movies are just horror movies. They're not necessarily Halloween movies, except for obviously Halloween. Um, but like
Yeah, it could be
Nightmare on
an
Elm
earnest
Street has.
movie.
Oh, you know what? F that. I totally forgot. Ernest Scared Stupid would definitely be like the Halloween movie. Oh my god, that crazy witch lady. Then the troll on stealing the kids and turning them into little wooden things. Oh, dude, yep, game
See,
over.
I knew that'd be your
Yep.
jam.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. I mean, I have an Ernest doll hanging out right over there, so
Oh, cool.
Ernest is my jam. R.I.P. Ernest P. Worrell. Um, yeah, so definitely that. All right. Did you get to watch anything cool this week?
Nope. I don't think so.
Hey, I only watched one thing outside my normal like YouTubes and whatever. So, and that was
I tried to. It's been super busy.
I think it was last night. Yeah. Because on Paramount or Peacock, they have the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. That's literally out in theaters right now. And I know it was kind of like it was like a kid property. It was like some kind of YouTube thing that got popular or whatever. They made action figures of it. So I was like, okay, whatever. Let's sit down and I asked my boys. I said, hey, y'all want to watch this movie? I'll make some popcorn. They're like, oh yeah, let's watch Freddy. And of course, the first 20 minutes are setting up the story, so they're like totally bored, not giving zero care about it. Like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to watch this. And then the last like 25, 30 minutes of it, when the action and the crazy stuff is happening, they're like zoned in. So I enjoyed it. I think it's worth a watch. I definitely think it's worth a watch. And well, I'll be interested to see where the story goes from here. Definitely, it's an hour and 30 minutes, so it's not a hard thing to settle in for, and it's not super deep or anything, and it's an interesting, cool, new concept. So, Five Nights at Freddy. Recommend, not highly recommend, but I recommend.
Cool. Yeah, I heard about it.
Right, and
I was planning on it.
I recommend you tell us what you got this week. What'd you get? What'd you get?
What did I get?
What'd you
Got a
get?
bunch of stuff, man, today.
Ooh, let's
I
see
got-
it.
Well, let's see. Here is
Money Mac.
Slipstream, the
Don't
TFCon
cross the stream.
exclusive that I'm gonna tell you all about in another video. Which
Cool.
I may go back and edit the one that I already made because it, probably 20 minutes of me just ranting, being pissed off, probably is not very entertaining or productive. So, may go back. I may revisit that.
That'd be cool.
And I got the first of one of my many to come Fraggle Rock
Nice.
figures.
Flange Doozer. Doozer.
He's a pretty cute little guy. He's in. It's like he's inside a rock, so that's cool.
Oh, cool.
So you got G.I. Joe, Dreadnought Buzzer, which
Nice. Oh,
I'll be
chainsaw.
opening up
That's
tomorrow. Yeah, he's cool. And a more accurate version of Firefly.
nice.
Which, I was happy
Ooh,
to
good
get.
weapons too.
Yeah, he comes with a bunch of stuff. Firefly's known with coming with a lot of gadgets and gizmos and cool stuff and whatnot. And, let's see, I had gotten what's his name, Counter Punch, which I already uploaded the video of that, so you can see what I think about that. And that's it, I think.
Nice.
Yep.
And definitely all those reviews are going to be on the old YouTube page, and all you have to do is check out look up Throwbacks Podcast. You'll find it up there, where we have all of our toy reviews, toy hunts. Just today we got BJ's tour toy tour up.
Mator
A
tour?
pretty in-depth, about 35 minute kind of deep dive into BJ's collection. Not everything, but we definitely got a good amount of it in there. So definitely something worth checking out, and always worth checking out. BJ's super honest toy reviews.
That's it.
All right, let's dig into my rather heavy week here. We'll call this week the clearance marathon, because I definitely ran a train on the clearance marathon. I got Batman classic TV series from McFarlane. This is the Batman with the oxygen mask. A solid $5 pickup there. Can't be mad about that. Was not $5, but it was definitely on clearance. Pablo was 16, and I kind of realized I was going back watching
Pablo.
Pablo, whatever. I'm not good on the Ewok.
Yup.
I realized I didn't have him after kind of like watching your review where you were like, I thought I had him and I didn't have him. I was like, you know what? I don't think I have him. I came in here and looked and definitely did not have him. Another one I didn't have that knew I had to have was Long Gaming, Return of the Jedi, Chewbacca, with the different head sculpt, with the chain and all that stuff was a must-have to have a different sculpted Chewbacca. Got that on Amazon for 16 instead of the 25 or whatever he was originally. I long gamed that and ended up coming out on top. Another one that I absolutely had no need for, just to have an extra one, but Return of the Jedi Biker Scout, you can never have too many, was on clearance for $10. So found that at Walmart, was pretty happy with that. Get out of here. One I did not get for cheap, but I can't wait for BJ's review of this, and that is Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Spirit Qui-Gon Jinn. Only the second Qui-Gon we've ever had, obviously, so look forward to getting another Qui-Gon on the shelf very soon. Let's keep moving. And we're going to move right into another clearance marathon. We've got a bunch of people that I don't know, but we've got Dungeons and Dragons, Bobby and Uni, I guess is the name. That's
Uni.
Another $5 grab. We've got oh damn it, Bobby. Hank, don't call him Hill from Dungeons and Dragons. Another $5 snag there. Then we got Diana. Another $5 grab of the Dungeons and Dragons line. And one figure that I just thought looked
$25. Just so you guys know.
Long game. One that I definitely long gamed, and this kind of just represents me and BJ going to the movie and having a good time, seeing a silly, fun movie. Dungeons and Dragons, the Honor Among Thieves, Holga there, and that's the Rachel Rodriguez figure. I think it's a cool looking figure, so I'll put that on my random shelf. For $5, why the heck not?
That was a good one.
Oh, go away. All right. Let's see here. What do we got? We got two more. These are heavy hitters. I got Donatello Super 7 Ultimate. Through the door. Amazon was having a great sale. I think this was $23 from $55.
That's a good deal.
Donatello's my favorite turtle, so I had to grab that. It was just going to be a one-off. I was just going to get him and be like, cool, that'll go on my turtle shelf and be a thing. But and then I came across an exclusive. I'm not sure what store it was supposed to originally be an exclusive to, but it is Muckman and Joe Eyeball, and it's a glow-in-the-dark Super 7 Ultimate. And it was $23 from $55. Or actually, it was an exclusive, so I think it was even more than that. But I
Nice.
did crack this open just to look at it through the plastic, and I was like blown away at just how nice this figure is out of the package. Just an outstanding, like it. I had to pace myself because I was like, I'm gonna dive into this line, and I can't. So I've got a good guy, I've got a bad guy. I'll be okay. So those are the two big boys. Worst case,
Cool.
can always move them down the road, but pretty excited about that. But yeah, that's it for what we watched and what we got. Pretty heavy week for me. I've got another little stack up here waiting for next week. Unfortunately, lots of money, lots of monies. That's about it. I think that's it for us. You know, YouTube is doing really good. If you know if you're on here and not on there, that's you're one of the few. But we're at 69 subscribers as of today. So I think we've
Thank you.
tripled our output in just the last 30 something days. We've more than doubled. I think we've tripled what we've had
Cheers.
prior to that. So we're making progress.
They won't watch this.
Again, no, no, we're not super fond of the podcast, but it's our bread and butter, and it's just how we get to hang out and chit chat until we can get a certain number on there where we can live stream and things like that. Then maybe we'll not do this as much, but who knows? It'll always probably still be our bread and butter.
And if you're on YouTube,
but yep,
remember, you don't have to look at our ugly faces. You can just listen to it, because that's what I do.
Very true.
I just listen to YouTube.
Very. Yep, you just listen to the YouTube, or Spotify, all those good places, Audible, and Apple. So definitely worth throw us on there and have a quick chat with us. Definitely comment. We're definitely trying to comment back on everybody's questions, post, and tell us what you want to see. Hey, we don't want to see X, Y, and Z. I really liked this. Can we get more of, this? Do you want like an unfiltered video that, hey, we're gonna get, obviously we'll never make money off of it because BJ cusses a lot, but do you want like an unfiltered like rage of the week where BJ gets a figure and it's just like, oh, I'm so mad at this. Like, here's the Knights of Ren, the one vintage collection Knights of Ren figure, and you just get a R-rated rant for 7 minutes about a figure that he doesn't like. Obviously, he's probably not going to buy a figure he doesn't like, but I'm sure he's got some figures in there that he can have a few words about in that toy room collection. But that's it for me. We appreciate you guys listening. We appreciate you guys watching the YouTubes. And like I said, keep commenting, asking questions, and doing what you do. But that's all I've got. Anything else, Uncle BJ?
Well, I just wanted to point out real quick that it is Halloween night that we are recording this. It won't be by the time you see this, but we've had a great Halloween. We just had our Halloween party, and Brad won, what, 3rd place in the costume contest? So, good job, buddy.
Yeah,
He was,
finally.
he was, what was he?
Nickelodeon Guts player.
Mm,
I took home the bronze for Guts.
I thought he was one of the guys
I
from
didn't get my
Dodgeball.
piece of the aggro, Craig.
Mm.
Well, I've already got
That's
the
pretty-
spandex
that's-
shorts, so maybe next year.
Yeah, recycle. And it's Halloween, so we're listening to some Halloween music. I got the Sam Hain shirt on. You can't hear it, but I've had Sam Hain blaring in the other room. With Halloween 2 and Moribund and All Guts. Good stuff. That Eerie Vaughn, he's no David Ellison, but my God, does that band still hold up? Love it to death. And something good to listen to on
and he
Halloween.
never
What are you
will
guys
be.
listening to on Halloween? Anything?
Ooh.
Any metal? Any punk?
Spooky?
Any good stuff? Any spooky stuff out there? Like Ghost? Like Danzig?
Or you just wanna-
King Diamond? Alice Cooper.
Just want to turn on Linkin Park to a really low volume and, be sad, whatever you want to
Or
do.
that. Yeah, maybe some Bauhaus. Who knows? Anyway, that's all I got. It's good catching up for a little bit, and I'm ready to get out of here and throw it back, bud.
Alrighty. Well, have a happy Halloween, stay safe, and don't overdo the sugar. And we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Throwbacks. Do us a favor, head on over to Twitter and follow us at ThrowbacksPod. You can communicate, tweet us, whatever you want to do over there. And when you're done with that, head on over to YouTube and look us up at Throwbacks Podcast.